Lent is a season of preparation for Easter. It's a time in which we remember Jesus' life. We remember his trial, his arrest, his death, and ultimately his triumph over death on Easter. Lent has long been seen as a season to focus on our relationship with God, to look into our own souls and see, hold up, examine those things that keep us from being whole, those things that block our relationship with God. One of the primary ways Christians look into our own soul is through prayer. It's also how we deepen our relationship with God, how we begin to see ourselves and the world as God sees it. I like to think of prayer as catching a divine wave or tuning into a conversation that was begun in us long ago. But prayer can be an intimidating thing. We may not be sure how to pray, what to pray. We may worry about not having enough time. We may worry about what we might feel or know or hear when we take time to pray. The good news is that it's really easy to begin, and there is no right or wrong way to pray. Prayer can actually be as easy as breathing in. You can simply breathe into one word like Jesus or God, and breathe out to another word like be with me or help me. For those who are physically active, movement, body prayer can happen through yoga, through running, walking, through walking a labyrinth. As you are physically active and your mind clears, you can focus on your own inner self and on your relationship with God. There are many books that have prayers in them, prayers that are already written, so you don't need to worry about what you're going to say. The Book of Common Prayer, which can be found in the pews at St. Peter's, is a marvelous book. But some of the best prayers really are in your own words, simply saying what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what your fears are, what your joys are, what your concerns are, how you would like God to work in and through you. These are all perfect prayers. Prayer can also be simply sitting in silence. And the good news is that the one that you're sitting with loves you and wants to spend time with you. Of course, like anything else that we want to really get and know how to do, prayer takes time, it takes practice, it's a discipline. And there are many, many ways to practice prayer at St. Peter's this Lent. Ways of individual prayer, community prayer, prayer through music, body prayer through walking the labyrinth, or group prayer. And no experience is necessary for any of these, and all are welcome to all of them. So in the name of the Church, I invite you to a Holy Lent, a time of prayer, a time with God that leads to richness of life and Easter joy.